Evening, all. Welcome to your destiny. I love that name. Do you know, I'm getting quite kind of teary-eyed about this game because it will be over soon. In fact, by the time you watch this video, I think it could well be switched off until September. Sad times indeed. Let's talk about this game. We're on level 6. Level 6? We're on mission 6. Well, I don't know, whatever. The Devil's Lair 1, basically. It's where you have to go and fight some dude, I don't know. And we're playing it on ultra hard mode, so yeah, bear that in mind. It's good playing in hard mode, seriously. I think if you can do it, I'd recommend you do, because you actually get a bit of a... Oh god, I suck at that, throwing that thing there. It's a bit harder, but you get better loot. So there you go, fun facts. Fun facts with pirates. But let's talk maybe first about the mission, and then secondly about the game, and then thirdly about the beta. There you go, that's our little agenda for today. So firstly, this mission. Well, this carries on from the videos you've seen up to this point. Obviously not the montage. The montage was amazing. We have got more of them coming. I've recorded pretty much about 3 days worth of footage. Like proper, like, you know, what, 48 plus 12, or, you know, whatever it is. Hours of footage basically to show Destiny until it comes out again. So we're hoping to carry on doing as many Destiny videos as we can with the footage we've got. Obviously with the game being switched off, if it is. I did read actually on the Twitter sphere that they were actually considering leaving it on for a bit longer because people are sort of loving it so much. So it could be a good thing to do because it'll mean maybe more people will go and buy the game. I've got to admit, already, this is an interesting stat for you, already it is the most successful series we're doing on our channel. We're a Dust channel, and yet, having established ourselves with an audience of people who play Dust, more people watch these videos, so go figure. It's just because it's a popular game at the moment, but Titanfall certainly didn't pick that up, and I think Destiny, there's something about it that is going to drive people nuts in a good way, and I can honestly believe that this is one hell of a game. And I think if you've not bought it yet, start saving your pennies. You've got, what, 2 months to buy it, or a month and a half to buy it. We're sticking with the PS3 for now. We are going to get a PS4, but we'll see. We'll have to see how we maybe do that. But we're going to stick with PS3. That's our commitment so far, because most people who watch this channel are familiar more with PS3 than PS4. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get a PS4 and play it, but not do footage of it just yet. So there we go. That's maybe my kind of thought process there. Anyway, moving on. So the next kind of thing to talk about is the game. Well, how good is Destiny? That's what I get asked a lot. People are very snort derision at me because there is a bit of a collective hope that it's not very good. I think there's a number of people who hope it's not very good, so that we carry on with the status quo of things like, you know, Dust, etc. There's nothing wrong with that. Change is a horrible thing. Not everybody likes change at all, and I totally agree with it. But Destiny, oh my god, there we go, that's the name of this series, Destiny. Destiny is just such a good game that I think it is going to be something quite formidable. I think for some time it will be a very good game. I think eventually people will get bored of it because the next big thing will be out. It might be Call of Duty, that modern one. But I don't know, you know, I think at the moment Destiny is looking like it's going to be something that really takes our time for a good while, 6 months more maybe. So, you know, bear that in mind. I think you're not just going to buy like a Titanfall here, 40 bucks and then, or 40 pounds, and then basically you don't play it after a week. That was a waste of money really, because, and again, I read an article about that as well, asking why people don't play Titanfall when compared to other games. And the reality is, as we've said here pretty much, is that there isn't the campaign mode, the single player mode, the experience of PvE that gives anybody any enjoyment. It's always fighting dudes. It's constant PvP, which is what Dust is. It's a constant PvP engine because, I don't know, maybe they didn't want to do AI or something, but it ruined the game slightly for us because we didn't want to have to fight dudes all the time. It would have been nice to have an NPC battle with Titans. I mean, God, you did it in the training mode. How come that's the only time you ever did it? So anyway, that's why Titanfall, in my mind, kind of fell down the pan. It may be saved one day because it is still an exceptionally good game. Whereas Destiny is just bloody brilliant. It's got everything. Its PvP is shit at the moment, but don't worry, they'll probably fix that. It's very much like PvP to Halo and you know, and Titanfall to a degree. It's kind of one-hit kill. But that's unfortunately the nature of it. If you want a more tactical kind of thinking man's PvP, then play Dust. I think that really has to be the way. to look at it. But I think the missions are just alone are very interesting. I think it's going to be like Borderlands, where, you know, and Treble and I played Borderlands like just continually for a long time, 3-4 months probably, because there was always something to go and do more. You know, again, I know we're doing the same missions kind of over and over, but we didn't mind because we had a different kind of experience every time we did it, and it was just fun. Whereas this, the explore mode on this, and let me tell you a story again. Sorry, another story. We were playing last night, right? And I basically went to a party yesterday, and I got hammered, and I mean completely hammered. So I'm doing this with an ice pack on my head and a very warm cup of coffee beneath me, trying to kind of coax my brain to work. But my brain is saying, doesn't want to wake up. The computer says no. So, sorry if this is a bit shit, but basically, let me tell the story, because when I got back from that party, it was probably about 8-9 o'clock. It was an all-day thing, wasn't an evening thing. And I basically got logged into Destiny, ready to enjoy whatever the event was, because there was an event coming last night on the 26th. So I waited, and eventually they said, "Oh, the moon's unlocked now." And I thought, well, I really am not in the right frame of mind to do anything. I can barely move. There's too much pictures, colours and movement in front of my eyes, so this is going to be difficult. But go on then. So I logged in, and I loaded up the moon. And I'm in a gang, and I don't actually remember how I got in the gang or what happened, but basically I got into a gang of dudes. And it was Nano and Josh. And we basically went and we landed on the moon, which is a fascinating thing. So don't worry though, I recorded it. Thankfully my brain worked enough to actually remember to record it. But when you see what we did, oh, it was fun. Now, let me tell you the story, because what happened was we did the mission and we finished it within about 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe even. And it then took us out back to the tower, and we're like, whoa, ooh, hang on there, that can't be right. The moon's bigger than that, isn't it? And we were starting to actually maybe, just maybe, question if the tarnish or the garnish or the, you know, the finish on this game was maybe overhyped, because we were a bit like, well, that was a bit crap. And we thought, well, okay, and I was tempted to go to bed, but do you know what? I thought, well, go on, let's just give it one more go. We'll play it again, and we'll just go and have a quick look round just to make sure that was all it was. And we logged in again, and I played for 3 hours, because it wasn't. We were wrong. It is that polished. There was that much there. There was a huge amount of hidden content and stuff. And let me explain. We were basically arsing around. So we do the first bit, and then we fought off the first attack. But instead of going towards where the navigation point told us, we got on our jet bikes and went the other way. Firstly, jet bikes with guns. Called it, bro. Called it. You'll see. It was amazing. I was even drunk. I was screaming like a little girl. It was amazing. But we got on these jet bikes, and we just went in completely the other direction. And we're like, well, there's nothing here. There's a few kind of open areas here, but oh look, hang on, what's that over there? And we basically then went down a rabbit hole, effectively. And just like Alice, we ended up spending about 3 hours delving further and further and deeper into the moon, through the temples, through the excavated mines, through the dark areas. It was the most incredible journey I've had yet with this game, and this is just, every time we get into this is getting better. So exploring the Russian Cosmodrome was great, but the next step from that, which was then all of a sudden we're on the moon, and then you realize the moon is hollowed out, for God's sake. I couldn't believe how good it was. There was just so much to explore, and you get to an area and it'll be a big open area, and you think, well, there's 4 exits, but surely all those 4 exits lead to the same area. No, they don't. They actually went to different caverns and different areas, and it just blew my mind that absolutely you could get lost. We actually got lost. That's actually the long story of it, is in this process of delving further and deeper, more and more enemies, loads of knights, loads of wizards. It was hard going, but in the process of doing that, we eventually got through to an open area where it just looked like, you know, I couldn't tell you what the hell this was being used for. I mean, what were they using the moon for? I couldn't tell you, but it was terrifying, and it was fascinating seeing this level design being deployed that was just so detailed and excellent. I mean, I was just sat in awe of it all, because it just it did blow my mind. I know it's a horrible statement to use, but it was just incredible. So, you know, literally every corner we're going around, it's like, oh my god, is there any more to this? And we just find, oh my god, is there any more? And then hours later, I mean, we found loads of stuff on the surface. We found loads of hidden temples. There's more than just one from the mission, and there was just so much there, and it was just awe-inspiring to be playing a game where you could get lost in the moon. I mean, again, just simple stuff, but the maps were so well designed, they're so big, so many of them, that it just was a joy, god damn it, to play. And you'll see all the video of it, don't worry. We have footage for quite a while to come, but what I'm going to do first is after this video, this is mission 6, I'll do the moon one next, so that way you'll see it. And I think that, and then we'll go into the kind of open world roaming stuff that we've been doing as well, because I have been recording everything, and it's been just a fascinating thing to do, just seeing how, you know, I mean, again, I know I said this in the previous video, I will go to a particular point and just sit and snipe and feel like I'm a hunter, a proper hunter, scanning the survey, you know, the fields, and I just protect other dudes. So I'm sat there on my own, and I see a load of people, you know, kind of, you know, a load of other guardians kind of fighting their way through, and I just sit on the hill shooting to support them. Now, one of the things about this is obviously they know that this is what people are going to do, because I have, by the way, loving the plasma cannon, by the way. I'm calling it the plasma cannon because that's effectively what it is to me. It's the plasma cannon ROP, never forget. And what was interesting about the way that this game must be evolving is that they must understand exactly how people are going to play. Because one of the missions, I'll kind of spoiler it a little bit, but one of the mission rewards is a sniper rifle that when you shoot ammo in the distance, it picks up that ammo. So it actually puts that ammo in your clip. How amazing is that? So I can sit on the hill sniping dudes, and then when they drop the sniper ammo, I shoot it and pick it up. It's just amazing. I can't tell you how clever that is. I mean, that's such a simple thing to do, but it's so so goddamn clever. It's just like, yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, there we go. Now this again, we're breezing through this quite quick, even though it's a level 9 hard, I guess normal difficulty level, I think it was anyway, but it was level 9 nonetheless. We were breezing through it pretty quick, and I was even using my assault rifle, my auto rifle, as I wait for these guys to loot. Seriously bros, they take ages. They take ages to loot. I just sat down and just, you know, had a little twiddle around and thought, God, this game, man, it's brilliant. And I think that's kind of the thing, is that every game, when it gives you a moment like that, is good. And just going from cave to cave on the moon and going out in, you know, you kind of work your way through a really kind of narrow cave complex with your ghost shining the light. And then all of a sudden, you come out into the most ornate temple, huge open area, and you just think to yourself, what the hell is going on here? And then everything about it, even the level design itself, was making me want to know more. What is happening on the moon? What is happening with this kind of fight back? Are we fighting well? Is there a chance we'll fight back? Is the last city doomed? I mean, I've got to admit, I'm getting really into this. I hope you can hear it in my voice, because I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know what the end result of this game is going to be, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy fight to kind of fight off the entire, you know, to win back the whole universe, the whole solar system. That's debatable, but are they going to then move it into the next step, so maybe we go and attack further? I don't know. I love it. The story has got me, the mechanics have got me, the open world nature of it has got me, just literally rolling around on my jet bike, doing what I want to do, when I want to do it. If I want to just sit and watch the sun go down, hey, I can. And that's just so impressive. I can't tell you how just gobsmacking and amazing that is. Anyway, here we go. So this is the first boss battle, I guess, in the missions. You do actually, we fought this dude many times, so you're actually going to see a very pro-expert takedown of him. But it's kind of interesting to see how, I guess, I mean, again, I don't know why I'm using rockets, kind of pointless, but it's fascinating to see how, look at that main gun. You'll see more of that, but it is pretty cool to see what this game is going to do next. Like, I'm honestly on tenterhooks to see what on earth this game is going to surprise us with next. The guns feel good, I've got to admit. I hope there's a few more of them, but I think already what I'm seeing, I'm liking what I see. The classes feel different. They feel like there's a different capability, if you like, between each of them. So there's a real, you know, there is a real kind of specialization piece going on here. So my best weapon is my pistol. I've actually used my pistol a lot more now, and it's the pistol, and weirdly enough, the throwing knife and the grenades. With those three things, I pretty much take on everything now, which is pretty awesome. Look at this, we're going to get some ammo. Look at that. So you've got ammo packs. That's pretty nice, isn't it? I do like that, indeed. I hope you can increase your ammo count somehow as well. It would be good to get your capacity up slightly. But to be honest, there's very little in this game that I'm very negative to. We haven't given PvP a go. I know people are kind of really giving me a bit of a hard time about that. I know, I'm sorry about that. It's just been because I'm experiencing this game in kind of a bit of a structured way. At the moment, I am liking all that I see, I've got to admit, but I don't, we will do PvP, and it will be core and front and central to the channel, I promise you that, because I think already people are looking like this is going to be something quite big they invest their time in when you kind of look at the whole PS3 thing. So we go. The way to take this down is you have to shoot its legs. There you go. And every time you shoot its leg down, it loses a leg. Now, when it does that, you need to run like hell because that's firing its main gun. Boom. But to be honest, this is just a very kind of look at that. So it goes down, and then what we do is we surge forward, and you see it exposes its core to cool down, and then we just get some shots on it, and we get extra damage on it. And again, I'm missing because I'm a noob. And that's it, and that becomes pretty much how the battle works. You just keep doing that over and over, and it's fun, it's exciting. The spider tank, or whatever you want to call it, will kill you in a single shot if it gets a good shot on you, because look, it's got a great big effing gun on it. That main gun, when it fires, is deadly. The grenades it's firing out there are also extremely deadly. So this is not an easy fight, but it's a fun fight, and when you learn how to do it, skill then takes over, and the enjoyment of it becomes practicing your skill in taking these things down. And I tell you what, that's a major big deal. Anyway, join us next time. We'll carry on, we'll show you how we take that thing down, and we'll then show you us shooting an eyeball in the face. No, don't worry, it will make sense when you see the next video. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.